My grandmother on my mother's side committed suicide. How did she do that? She didn't cut back on her salt. The doctor told her to cut back on her salt because it's bad for her heart, and she said, I know what I'm doing. My grandmother could stand straight up and bend over and put both hands on the floor. Fusky old woman. But her mother said, do what your doctor tells you to do. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do what I want to do. And she did. She ate all those little foods that you're not supposed to eat, and she died in her 70s. Her husband, dear old grandfather, Al, slowly died. His bodies were shutting off. I said, hey, where does he go? I can tell him what's happening to him. And this, oh, no, don't tell him. The doctors won't tell him. But everything's shutting off. Tell him what's going on. Oh, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. My last comment says, get ready. Oh, you're going to be meeting your wife soon, Al. What? I can't tell you what's going on. They won't let me tell you what's going on. But it's been a pleasure to know you all your life. I can't, I'm not allowed to tell you. I was sworn not to tell you. But Mother's waiting. Our religion, afterlife. Mother's waiting. Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you. All right. See you on the side so soon. Well, not for me. I'm not that thing. But let's talk about people who commit suicide. Last year they said 49,000 people decided to take a metal tube and pull the trigger. 49,000. So it's not the gun, people would actually go out and buy a firearm for $500 or $1,000 so they can put it in their ear and go bang. Huh? I would hate to be the family member, and I know people who have walked in and seen their loved one's head splattered against a board. I've known people who have seen their children commit suicide because they're very depressed. They get off their pills at a certain point, says, I'm not going to take this anymore, and they hang themselves. Or they drive their cars into a wall. Preferably they kill only themselves. Or let me put it this way. There's a tree, a single tree between point A and point B, and they hit it at 60, 70, 80,000 miles an hour, and they go through the windshield. How is that possible? The only tree in miles, they hit it. Only tree in miles, they hit it. 100,000 people last year in the United States committed suicide by overdosing. They did it on purpose. You can drink yourself to death. You can always have death by car, death by automobile accidents, get in front of a train, go stop in front of a train. Yes. A 100,000-ton train hits you, you're gone. Drowning, drink and boat. Well, you won't feel very much drowning if you're plastered. At first, I still like dying by old age. I know Tom had diabetes. He was in bad shape. He was in bad stage. What happened? He took 2 shots instead of 1. Died with a smile on his face. But they knew. I mean, Tom knew. He was due to go into the hospital and lose his feet and legs. He could no longer. He was a photographer, and his eyes were going. It's just his legs are going. He asked me, "What would you do?" As a chemist, what do you think I would do? He did. He gave himself 2 shots, maybe 3. And it's peaceful. And the police came in through an open window. He left the doors locked, but leave the window open in his bedroom. They found him. Smile away. And they accidental death. Okay, an accidental death. But his mother and parents knew it was only a matter of time because all his life he lived with diabetes. Now I know people who smoke, and I have to ask them why they smoke. Don't you know you're going to get lung cancer, tongue cancer, throat cancer, and all the other stuff? And they ship, oh yeah, I know. And then I get to sue the tobacco company. The tobacco company doesn't do that anymore. Because there was a warning on that land since 1965, and they get tired of being sued by these people. Oh, I'm going to sue you for $1 million. Yeah? You purposely committed suicide. Same thing with drinking. Right. Blame it on someone else because you're incompetent American citizen. I don't know. And they would say, well, it's not the gun that kills a person, it's the person who kills a person. Just because the gun's in the house, so is a knife, so is bleach. Bleach? Bleach don't kill. Donald Trump said, take 2 glasses of bleach. It will cure your pandemic, COVID-19. Guaranteed. Right off the bat. Go on. Which is a bad thing. It's a bad thing. You've got insect poisons, mice poisons. Not a very good way. Botulism there. There's hundreds of ways you can commit suicide. Some do it. 49,000 did it last year with firearms. It's awful. It is really awful because life doesn't mean that much to a person. Hanging, still the option. Oh, well, you might survive. I like the one with medication. Better make sure you take enough of it so it kills you. Usually with a glass of alcohol, get yourself drunk. And then take your medication, then it dissolves faster into the bloodstream. There are proper ways to commit suicide and improper ways to commit suicide. Diabetes is a pretty good way of doing it. It really affects your heart. Too much fat will do it. Too much salt will do it. Do you realize that grams of many things will kill you? There are some foods out there that they take a gram of it and they put it in thousands of gallons of water of that thing, and you have those tastes. There is stuff out there that are really good food products that are really deadly. I've seen this stuff. Of course, they're behind lock. Alarmed boxes. Working in a food company, flavors, yeah. There are alarm boxes, and of course, a lot of the stuff is extremely expensive. So, they take one drop and drop in 10,000 gallons of something to flavor it. But toadstools, your liver and kidney dies in three days. Yeah. Death by. We don't talk about that. You're an old man, a weak heart. You might as well go out having fun. Oh, not me. I just passed my driver's test. I got for the next 2 years so I could go drive a car, hopefully correctly. Hopefully don't do stupid things in the car. I do stupid things. I don't miss the pedals. Well, I drive with one foot. The left foot never leaves the floor. The left foot never leaves that floor. I drive with my right foot. The gas and the brake, the gas, the brake. My father drove with 2 feet in an automatic shift. I was sitting with him. Father, remove your left foot from the brake. Why? I've been driving 80 years. Because you're going to try to do, your car will override your brake. Well, no, that didn't happen. He did it. He did it. He was going down an alley, and he had both feet down, and he burned out his brakes. And luckily, he hit something in the alley and stopped, but he burned out the brakes of the car. Boy, then they really hit him. They told it to a shop. They said, all your brakes are shot. And they made sure that there's no keys hidden in the car. But my father died his heart stopped. Well, no, his heart slowed. He was playing a piano and he stood up, and his heart slowed and he went forward. Hit his head, concussion. But Mom died of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's? Yeah, or something like that. Her body shut off. It took time, but her body was shutting off. Oh, now, well, if that happened to me, it is very, very likely, hopefully for the next, see, I want to go to my high school reunion at 100. That's 2061. I want to stay up there and talk about, you know, we used to have horses back there. I rode a horse to school. Yes, we used to do is call each other, hello. Hey, they're students. I said, what do they know about life? Or the other ones that I've heard this one before, death by army. What do you mean? Death by boot camp. Live firing going over your head and people just stand up. Death by army. Well, hey guy, I'd be glad to take your place. Of course, I tried for the Marine Corps. That was really? Oh yeah, I want to go past boot camp. I want to actually learn. They say, well, why did you want to go? You have all that training at Browns Lake for all those World War II veterans, those guys from the OSS and that. Yeah, well, I want to, you know, I can field strip this and I can field strip that. I can use a mortar and, oh yeah, we had mortars up there for 4th of July. But was it thrilling? No, I was told exactly what the military life is about. They teach you to kill and blow up things. Yeah. They said, well, they told me what I should be doing is to be a combat photographer. It's safe. I'll let you stick your head up. During World War II, guys, yeah, well, they can't take the camera and point it out there. They have to get up there and look at it. Really? Wow. But I don't know. I like death by old age. That still sounds pretty good. Yes. Oh, well, it's very simple. You're talking about death by old age. What do you think happens to these little people who get their little electric cars, little electric go-karts? Instead of doing 25 miles an hour, they changed the belt ratio. Now they're doing 75 miles an hour in their little things. And if you change your belt ratio on other things like that, you can really speed up. A 10-speed bicycle can go a lot faster than a 10-speed bicycle goes. But I still like death by old age, and I know I gotta watch I'm too close to diabetes, Richard. Eat the peas, not the sugar. I cut my cola in half. You know, it's the how much cola is in a can. Well, I take the can, I add half of that to water. I used to do a quarter, now I do half. I better go back to doing it a quarter. That's safer. It's a flavoring of the drink is what it is. But old age, here I come. I know too many people. Too many people. Yep. Too many people. Hey, Mom. Give me 40 more years, okay? I want to live to 2062. How's that?